it was like I was getting a new beginning of life, literally having to be reborn. So the name I was born with is Ruben Matthew Anziani. I love that name. I was Ruben for the first 23 years of my life. And something became really clear to me as I was going through my healing process. I can't be that person anymore. I have to let go of that identity because it's gone. It's over. It was like a death had happened. And I felt like if I was going to heal, I needed to begin a new chapter. And I decided I'm going to use my middle name. Why not? It's there for me. It's my name.
Why not? Have a choice.
And actually, all of the other males in my family use their middle name as their first name.
No way.
That's how it's done in Puerto Rico.
It's not in Mexico too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I didn't start that way. I could have been Matthew my whole life, which I'm named after my grandfather, Mateo.
Mateo. Mm-hmm.
And so I received Matthew as my middle name. So I tell my family, I'm going to be Matthew now. I want to go back into the world and use my middle name. And they said, oh, well, okay, it's your name. Okay, we'll call you that. You're Matthew now. So that was, I think, helpful to go back into the world and tell people, my name is Matthew. And it's like, I feel like I'm an actor in a way. And then people probably were really enchanted by how happy I was when they call me Matthew, and I'm like, yes, hello. And they're just like, whoa, okay, happy to see you too. But I just was like so happy to I'm alive. I'm so happy to walk. I'm so happy to be just absolutely in the world. And then Matthew is like a fresh vibration.
Yes.
So how did I become a Madhu from Matthew?
Madhu, yeah.
So in my healing process, when I came home and I was learning how to walk again and walking around the neighborhood, I found myself walking to a restaurant several times a week, 2 blocks away from my house. It was a restaurant where they served pho, one of the greatest soups on the planet.
I agree.
Everybody agrees. Number 1 soup.
Sounds good right now.
Yeah. And the restaurant was owned by this lovely Cambodian family. And it was one of these kind of restaurants where there's a family table where all the little kids are playing and yelling and drawing. And I would go 3 times a week to get soup.
Wow.
I'm practicing walking, so it's like, well, let me get pho. I'm going to walk down. So the family was so inviting, like, why don't you go sit at the family table? Like, sit with the kids. And these kids became my best friends. And they just were really one of the few people in my life. And they gave me so much joy. There was a little 11-year-old girl named Apau.
Aparo?
Apau.
Aparo?
Apau.
Aparo?
I remember she was trying to train me how to say her name. Apau. And gosh, her whole family was so sweet. She had another sister, 2 brothers, but she was like my buddy. And then one of her cousins comes. He's 4 years old, and this kid is wild and super energetic. And he speaks Cambodian and French, but like very little English at this point. He's 4 years old. So he's running around and he can't really pronounce Matthew. And he's saying, Madhu, play train with me, Madhu. And every day I'm hearing this little voice yelling at me, Madhu. And I'm like, Madhu, this kind of sounds like a Sanskrit word to me. Because I'm familiar with the term sadhu, which is a mystical,
sadhu,
very mystical type of a being. I could talk about that, what a sadhu is. But I was like, I wonder if a Madhu is any connection.
Yeah.
I look up Madhu, and it has a very deep, beautiful meaning, as it's described in Wikipedia. It says Madhu. It can mean honey or sweetness, but also the word Madhu is used to describe the nectar of the teachings of the Vedas.
Wow.
The nectar of the teachings is referred to as the Madhu. And that hit my core. It really touched me to my core. And I said, I would love to be called Madhu. And I would love it because this little boy who became such a dear healer for me, that he gave me this name. And so the last little piece about this, what's trippy about it, is the name of this little boy.
Yeah.
His name was Udam.
Udam.
Now, if you put Udam in reverse, Udam Madhu.
Oh.
Udam Madhu. A reflection.
Yeah, reflection.
A vibrational reflection. And he eventually left. His mom moved back to Canada. He was just in my life for this very brief amount of time where he blessed me with this name.
Wow.
And he showed me this deeper teaching of all the world around us is just a vibrational reflection. This is just a hall of mirrors. And at that time, this being gave me what I needed, which was the blessing of the name and the empowerment of one's name, which is like our vibrational calling card, calling card to our purpose. Our purpose, if our name has like a deep meaning and a purpose attached to it, every time someone utters that name, we remind ourselves of that purpose. So I walk with this name Madhu to walk with that sweetness, to walk with the nectar of the teachings to the best of my ability, in my life and in my music. That's what I aim to do.
That's beautiful.